Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we're here for another episode about why Tumblr sucks. So before I forget, I wanted to thank Emily for bringing this to my attention. She messaged me on Snapchat about it, so thank you, Emily. So today we're going to be talking about something weird, as usual, and they're called tulpas. So I found definitions on a website called tulpa.org, and I figured we could go through what exactly it means before we get into the actual Tumblr posts, okay? So we know what we're looking at. What is a tulpa? It says that a tulpa is an entity created in the mind, acting independently of and parallel to your own consciousness. They're able to think and have their own free will, emotions, and memories. In short, a tulpa is like a sentient person living in your head, separate from you. It's currently unproven whether or not tulpas are truly sentient, but in this community, we treat them as such. And then it says about how it takes time to create a complex tulpa with its identity and so forth. Then I looked into how tulpas are created or how they actually come about, right? And it says, you'll create a tulpa by imagining a person in your head and treating them as a person. The exact mechanism is unknown, but as you give a tulpa attention and believe it can be a sentient person, it will grow into one and act independently of you. At first, you'll be narrating to your tulpa, speaking to it and visualizing it in your mind, and with time, you'll be able to communicate through various methods, which will be described in the next section. So far, the theme that I'm noting is that there are a lot of unknowns. You don't know if it can be sentient, you don't know how exactly it develops, like what do you know? Nothing. Then it says that beside interacting with your tulpa yourself, you can learn to give them control of your body. This is called possession, much like demons. Anyways, they will be able to move by themselves, learning to be able to do whatever they want, be it practicing a hobby, using a computer to talk to people, or play games, or anything else that you can do yourself. To me, that is deeply, creepy. I would never want anything else controlling my body. It's called possession for a reason. Look up The Exorcist, for example. I don't know. So then I went in the section of the FAQs because I was thinking, this sounds kind of similar to DID or schizophrenia or MPD, and here there is a question in the FAQ asking how is this different from DID, MPD, or schizophrenia. And it says, the mental disorders listed above are usually caused by genetics or by experiencing traumatic events. People with these disorders have symptoms that happen involuntarily, and people with these disorders cannot choose to control their symptoms. Sometimes patients will black out, their place being taken by another personality without the host having any control over the process. These things don't happen with tulpas. You can choose to listen to your tulpa and ignore them. And then it goes on to say that you have a great amount of control and that usually tulpas are supposed to be, a positive experience. I went on the website of the Mayo Clinic and I looked up what DID is described as, and it says, formerly known as multiple personality disorder, this disorder is characterized by switching to alternate identities. You may feel the presence of two or more people talking or living inside your head, and you may feel as though you're possessed by other identities. Each identity may have a unique name, personal history, and characteristics, including obvious differences in voice, gender, mannerisms, and even such physical quality as the need for eyeglasses. So far, the real big difference between tulpas and someone with DID is the fact that there's trauma, the fact that people choose to have their tulpas, and apparently the fact that they can control their tulpas. However, the idea of possession to me does not really emphasize control. On the contrary, it emphasizes lack of control. So I feel like there's a very big similarity. To me, it almost seems like these people are trying to have some form of positive DID, which is just weird. But anyways, let's look at some Tumblr examples. Tulpamancy tip number 1. The best way to make tulpas sentient is to talk to them all the time, so they will have to say to you to shut up as early as possible. So essentially you're talking to yourself because the thing does not exist. I mean, this is the equivalent of having either an alter or an imaginary friend, and I don't understand why someone would want this. I understand loneliness, I understand it's hard to make friends, but at the same time, do you really want the thing you're talking to be in your head? I don't know, I feel like I would just go crazy if I just started talking to myself saying, hey, there's a guy who lives in my head, his name is George and he smokes a cigar. What's up, George? Nothing much, Julia, I'm good. Boring. I mean, I don't know, this is really weird. I feel like it could actually be really detrimental to do this. It really could. Here we have another one, how to take care of a tulpa. Give them a good home in the form of a calm and pliable mind. Feed them only the finest attention and compassion you can afford. Take them out for walks regularly so you can enjoy the great outdoors along with you. Play with them every now and then to bond with them and teach valuable skills. Give them the room they need to develop into their own unique individuals. Belly rubs if they're into that kind of thing. So are Tulpas dogs apparently now? Because this sounds like you're taking out a dog. And the funny thing is when it says, oh, take your Tulp on a walk with you, it's like it's in your head. So by definition, if you go out, it's gonna come with you. I mean, the distance from reality here is mind-boggling. I have no words. There's nothing like when your thought forms are happy. I keep hearing laughter and feeling their smiles. I can feel their joy and light sparkling through my veins. It's like a bright sun inside me. So I'm happy you're happy, but at the same time, it's like, this is all a figment of your imagination. The person, the tulpa that you're talking to does not exist. You're creating alters for I don't know what reason. Why can't you talk to other people? I mean, the thing that would worry me the most about this is, first of all, the whole possession thing. How do I know that it's not going to take over? Second of all, I feel like I would lose my handle on reality. If you understand this, please explain. Really. Here we have another one. Am I a shitty person for not believing in tulpas even though my best friend has supposedly created one? I don't know. I just don't see how you can wake up one day and create an alternate personality voluntarily without trauma. So this person has their feet on the ground, and the thing is, I can totally see why someone would have an alternate personality if trauma occurred, right? However, if trauma doesn't occur, the fact that you just develop this new alternate personality or internal mental friend, I don't understand that. I really don't. I totally agree with this person. Last one, how to be a real system. 1, have other people sharing a head with you. 2, there ain't any step 2. In the tags it says hashtag endogenic system. Do you guys remember when we talked about endogenic systems as people who don't go through trauma but still claim to have DID and other similar mental illnesses? Yeah, so this person says, like, you're inherently valid. It doesn't matter, nothing matters, it's valid. So even if George isn't in my head, I can just say George is in my head, and by definition, I'm valid. This is one of the things that bothers me so much about Tumblr, is that there's this inherent validity, and it's like, it's not inherent. Things are not inherently valid. There needs to be reasoning, proof, potentially trauma. I'm not here for this. I really am not. Let me know what you think about all this. I just don't know what to think about all this. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you at the next video.